and the other half of my day visiting patients in nursing homes and in their own homes. The week or so before Christmas, I Christmas carol to all my patients, figuring that may be the only way they get to experience the joy of Christmas carols. So the week before Christmas, I went into one of the rooms of our inpatient unit to visit with a patient I had gotten to know during my time with hospice. And I asked her if I could Christmas carol with her, and she was delighted. I sat and asked her for her favorite Christmas carol, and she stumped me. She asked for the 12 Days of Christmas. Now I go with a stapled sheet of paper with every Christmas carol in the hymnal, not the 12 Days of Christmas. I gave it a try, though. I got to day 6, and I couldn't remember whether it's ducks, swan, geese, cows, maids, what was it? And so I excused myself for a minute, did what we all do who are young, opened my computer, got it off the internet, went back into the room, and continued on as if I had never slept. By the time I was done with the 12th day, she was laughing. And that was a sound of joy. But that song got me pondering over the next days and weeks. And I thought, what are these 12 days of Christmas for? We spend so much time waiting during Advent, reflecting upon what Advent is. We do the same in Epiphany, and we reflect upon the light and where it is leading us. And yet we tend to skip over the 2 weeks of the Christmas season because we are out visiting our families, traveling, celebrating Christmas, opening presents, preparing for the new year, celebrating the new year, and then before we know it, Epiphany is upon us again. And Jan Richardson, in her book Night Visions, as Barry read, talks about the weeks between Christmas and Epiphany as a time of reflecting upon welcoming Christ. She writes, God calls us to discern where the sacred shows forth, that we may welcome it into our lives. The one who took flesh reminds us that to those with eyes and hearts to perceive it, the holy appears in our midst, in our lives, and in ourselves. But how? How do we not miss this Christ? How do we make sure the holy does not brush past us in the night? How do we welcome this new Christ? How do we welcome that which Christ is bringing anew and birthing within us and around us? John's hymn gives us some clues. First, he tells us to remember that the Word has been with us since the beginning, since before God created creation, when it was just God. The Word was there. The Word was there when the heavens and the earth were formed. The Word was there when light was separated from darkness, when waters were separated from land, when plants began to grow. The Word was there when the universe was formed, when living creatures began to roam upon this new world, when humankind was made. And the Word was there when God rested on the 7th day. The Word was there when Moses brought the Israelites out of slavery and into the promised land. The Word was there when Simeon recognized Jesus as a child of God. The Word was present with Jews and gays and lesbians and gypsies as they were persecuted and murdered during the Holocaust. The Word was there with Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. as they fought against racism and discrimination. The Word is here now. The Word is within you writes about how Christ is fully and entirely the light of God, how he lived his life, what he taught us. But she says each and every one of us contains that spark also, and we can be like Jesus. For the light is our life force, our soul. As we seek to discern once again where the sacred shows forth from us, we must remember that the sacred has been within us since birth and will continue to be within us until we die. The sacred is the light that shines in the darkness. It is the light that the darkness shall never overtake. Remembering that the Word has been with us throughout all creation. The Word is God's light that shines in this darkness. It beckons us to breathe a moment, to look back at the shadows of darkness that is around us and behind us. It assures us there's nothing to worry about, for this light shall never be overtaken by darkness. In this season of darkness, especially this season of darkness, where darkness has been layered upon itself. For on the darkest night, we experienced the lunar eclipse that sent us into even darker darkness, where shadows we have never seen came forth. Now I must say that we fear the idea of darkness. We use it to talk about good versus evil, for darkness is bad. You have the dark arts in Harry Potter. You have the dark side of the Force in Star Wars. Darkness gets equated to evil, to bad, to all that is not of God. But one of my favorite fictional theologians, Albus Dumbledore, explains to Harry Potter at the end of Book 6 that there is nothing to fear in darkness. Standing at the edge of a deep lagoon, a space protected and enchanted by Voldemort, the evil wizard, Dumbledore and Harry have come to retrieve an object from the center of the lagoon. Harry expresses concern about all that he perceives is around him and all the ways that Voldemort is protecting the object in the center. And Dumbledore simply states, evil underestimates darkness. It uses it as a tool of fear. Dumbledore explains to Harry there is nothing to be feared from darkness. Lord Voldemort, who of course secretly fears darkness, would disagree. But once again, he reveals his own lack of wisdom. It is the unknown we fear when we look upon death and darkness, nothing more. When it comes time, we shall call upon light and warmth to save us. It is simple, yet it is profound. Here in this prologue hymn, we are reminded that light removes the fear of darkness. The darkness can teach us much